received in the last 10 years. I'd never have to work again.
Yeah, those guys are always kind of the unsung heroes of a team. You know, the middle relief guys, special relief guys. They're not a household name like your starters or your closers, but those are the guys that if you have a good staff in the middle there, that's what's going to make you win.
Bowers lines over to second, and Matthew Bowers, for the first time today, is retired.
Got jammed a little bit. Torres has a nice little arm side run, and it got jammed in on his hands. He tried fisting it over the second baseman, but caught a little too much of the handle.
Ryan Uriarte, Yriarte. Ball
Nice.
onto the right hand.
Nice healthy hack there.
Onto the right side, and that's first pitch swinging. First time you swing at Sunken Diamond, you want to put in a legitimate swing. You want to remember your hacks up in this ballpark as good, legitimate hacks, and I think that's a mantra that a lot of people have taken, and it's done good things.
Yeah, you don't want to get cheated up there. If you swing it like you mean it, we always talk about. And, sometimes you might get fooled and have a half swing, but, especially on a fastball, you want to be up there ripping.
Ryan right now facing the full count with one down in the inning. Infield at normal depth. The shadows are jutting out behind the pitcher's mound from about second base all the way to the left field wall, and it's a pizza slice that gets wider as you get towards the wall, that little ray of sunlight, but it's not going to affect the batters, I don't think.
And right now, Ryan, what he needs to do is Torres is bringing it a little harder, and a lot of times a younger player or a high school player, if they see somebody throwing hard, they assume that they have to swing harder, and that's just not the case. You want to keep a good quick bat, but you don't want to speed it up just because you're facing somebody that's throwing harder. What you got to do is you got to get that front foot down. Your swing cannot start until you get that front foot down, and somebody that's bringing it in a little quicker, you just got to get your timing down a little faster and get that front foot down earlier.
Dallas Correa steps in, and from Torres quickly takes a strike.
Yeah, that was a tough pitch. That was a pitcher's pitch right there. That was very difficult to handle.
No hesitation to go first pitch breaking ball. That sets up the fastball that tickles 90 miles an hour and is an inside called strike three.
That was just a good setup right there. He didn't have much of a chance with that. You go soft away, hard in late, and that's. Even the good hitters out there, in the major leagues, they have a hard time with that. You get them leaning over some soft stuff, and then you bust them in, you just get frozen. No.